You can share everything with me. All your secrets, all your mistakes, all your pain. That's what best friends are for, right? Hello and welcome back to HorrorScoped, where we are hopping on the school bus to head back into Dark Deception. Though, I don't remember school being quite this creepy. Today we'll be diving into Elementary Evil, the second chapter of the game, and the first appearance of Agatha, who happens to be our primary topic of discussion. So, let's just jump in. Agatha. Her clothing and skin are pale in appearance, giving just that much more emphasis on her demonic nature. With blackened eyes, unnaturally long, creepy fingers and claws, and a smile that would do the Joker proud, she's certainly a horrifying sight to behold. Even her feet have a story to tell, bare and covered in soot. It is as though the soul walked through the burning lands of hell itself before arriving here in this haunted school, which may not be far off base, seeing as she considers the demon Malik to be her father. Adding to her air of fear is that, like the murder monkeys before her mouth moves almost like that of a Muppet. Puppets and dolls are staples of the horror genre, and are creepy even here in the real world. The proper setting combined with her stillness and unsettling gaze can rattle just about anyone. Agatha is also, of course, a black-eyed child. A piece of folklore from the modern era, black-eyed children are one of the original pieces of creepypasta from the internet, and had its origins in Texas in 1996. These children are supernatural creatures that resemble kids between the ages of 6 and 16, and have pale skin and, of course, black eyes. The original tales feature them being more initially unsettling than harmful, often appearing as hitchhikers on the side of the road or hanging around doorsteps. Black eyes are certainly not trademarked by these creatures alone, as we see other examples in media, such as demons in the series Supernatural, who all sport black eyes and black smoke as their calling cards. These modern similarities are scary enough in their own right, but Agatha doesn't stand in their company alone. There are also examples from old folklore that she would be right at home with. An Onryo is a vengeful spirit from Japanese folklore that shares some similarities in appearance with the Banshee from Irish folklore, though their behaviors and reason for existing are different. The Banshee is a harbinger of death, often appearing to herald the passing of a family member, while an Onryo returns from the grave to actively cause harm and seek vengeance. Agatha shares some aspects of their appearance with pale skin and wild black hair. There are, of course, clearly other influences here at play. The realm of demons encompasses a wide range of abnormalities in appearance that would make a person shudder. That being said, the Onryo does seem to be the closest match, as the mysterious character E writes, quote, "Sometimes something horrible happens to a child, that their soul becomes corrupted by rage and sadness. When that happens, an evil child's spirit is born from that suffering. This one's name is Agatha." End quote. Now, Agatha initially acts playfully, like you would assume a child to act. This, of course, turns dark rather quickly, as her murderous intent becomes almost immediately apparent. The playful nature persists, but it's more like how a cat may play with its food while stalking it. This ultimately leads to a temper tantrum when the protagonist, Doug, manages to outmaneuver her throughout her unsettling school that seems as though it was pulled from the upside down. Once Doug secures half the soul shards on the premises, Agatha stops playing around and begins to use her full abilities to hunt him down. Agatha, now allowing herself to teleport, attempts to cut off Doug at every turn. Malik himself even makes a brief appearance, strolling across an upper balcony while Doug waits to rush through a set of doors to escape his child. Eventually, Doug snatches up the remaining soul shards and enrages Agatha, bringing about her nightmare form, which sees her eyes glowing red, in addition to the rest of her body and wardrobe adopting some crimson shades as well. Malik actually becomes quite involved here, giving chase to Doug in a spectral form and demanding that he give up the piece of the riddle of heaven that he acquired. Agatha actually stays out of the chase, unless Doug accidentally stumbles through one of her fake portals, after which she joins in. All of this culminates in a showdown with Agatha in the auditorium, where Doug originally met her. The exit is locked, so Doug must avoid Agatha's assault long enough for Bierce to open the way for him to escape. Agatha is absolutely enraged by this, and chases him all the way to the portal. There seems to be some emotional baggage between Agatha and Bierce, given how absolutely livid Agatha becomes when she intervenes. In the later chapters, Malik manages to invade Bierce's pocket realm, and Agatha beelines it directly towards her. Agatha wastes no time in running Bierce through with her claws and asks her father for permission to finish the job, which is not granted. She throws a bit of a fit about this and pouts, deciding to taunt the now wounded woman. However, all this gave Bierce time to release the power held in the fragment of the Riddle of Heaven, and in doing so, drove all the demons away. There are a few theories floating around about the relationship between Agatha and Bierce, the most prevalent of which seems to be the idea that Agatha is in fact the daughter of a maid whom Bierce sacrificed to further some self-centered wish. Malik himself even confirms this, if his comment in a later cutscene is to be believed. When brought to her knees by Agatha, Bierce, in reference to her, says it was necessary. I had to do it. Malik responds, "Ah yes, and it was beautiful work. I enjoyed your little offering." Bierce, it would seem, may be the reason an innocent girl became such a vile monstrosity, quite to the tragedy if it is all indeed true. However, for now, we will have to wait to see what ultimately becomes of Agatha, Bierce, and the demons in this dark dimension, as the story is not yet complete. So, what do you think of Agatha? She was certainly creepy. Let me know your opinion and theories in the comments below as we await her fate, alongside the others in Dark Deception. And until next time, cheers!